Welcome back to Car-Pinionated, where Glenn and I talk slightly irreverently about new cars, old cars, car stuff. This is my friend Glenn.
Lou.
I'm Doug Stewart, Senior Digital Content Producer for Fox 61. Glenn, since you're German, I'm going to depend on you to give us the proper pronunciation of the new BMW design language.
Yeah. That would be Neue Klasse.
Okay.
And the K is almost like a G sound if you really, if you start to say it a lot, it almost becomes Neue Klasse, but it's Klasse.
Okay.
So,
Neue Klasse.
Neue Klasse. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the Neue Klasse?
I like the Neue Klasse.
Okay.
I'm concerned that it's taking BMW into design language that the BMW lovers will be unfamiliar with. But things change. Time marches on, and to that end, it's a beautiful car. I mean, you get a little bit of the German influence, but I think there's a healthy American muscle car vibe going on there too.
Yep. Yep.
Let's put it this way: I would drive one. BMW would just loan me one. That would be nice.
Yeah.
I could be your celebrity spokesperson. I could
Yeah.
talk about Corinthian leather and all that stuff. So there's a dated joke.
Yeah.
If you know what Corinthian leather is, put it in the comments below. Yeah, I like it. Again, very different for a BMW. But hey, it's not just another SUV.
It doesn't have a horrendous grill. At that point alone, like, yes, build it, whatever, just
Yeah.
so somebody been
Agreed.
paying the BMW stylists overtime, and this is what they come up with. But
Right.
this car, I mean, I like it. I'll be very honest. I don't like the interior, but it's a concept car, so it's
Right.
that's not a real interior.
Right.
And so I would imagine that something more useful might come along. I
Right.
like the lines of it. I like, and I'm a big fan of cars that sit back on their haunches and like have a lot of
Mhm.
power coming from the rear wheels. I will say this though, that the back end, somebody else came up with this idea, but it totally blew it. If you look up the Lincoln MKZ,
Yes. I think I was the one who may have said that a few weeks ago.
you might have, yeah.
Yeah, very, very, yeah. I have friends who actually own an MKZ, and it was the first thing that it made me think of, especially from the back end.
Yeah.
Not so much from the other viewpoints, but that definitely.
Right.
So BMW, let's rethink that just a hair.
I can imagine that that when somebody, one of the designers looks at, here's that car. Well, let's look. Oh my God, what did we do?
Yeah.
And good on them. I mean, the 3 Series has always been their sweet spot in their lineup. There's a lot of, the big bucks cars are there in their lineup, but this is the one that they sell dozens of every day, and I don't know if that line from the rear view mirror, the outside driver's door rear view mirror, there seems to be a black line that runs from that point right there all the way to the trailing edge of the, almost to the C pillar.
Right.
I don't know if that lasts, if that's going to be part of it. I mean, it doesn't offend me, but I just,
no, I'm not sure I get that 100%. I'm looking at a picture of the car in blue, and it looks like that material might be carbon fiber.
Okay.
Is what it looks like. And when I said the stripy thing, because you're kind of in that image, you're getting a little vibe of the carbon fiber stripes there. So I'm thinking that's what it might be. I wouldn't be heartbroken if that didn't make it into production. I think just make a little bit more glass there instead of, make the greenhouse a little bit bigger. It's just going to help on visibility, right? So
yeah.
But boy, it's got really pretty shapes, and it's not just another SUV. I saw a very funny thing on Facebook just recently. As a matter of fact, I should have forwarded it to you. Somebody just took the midsize SUVs from probably 50 different manufacturers and just did a profile view of each of them and lined them all up. And they're all in white. And honest to God, you have to like squint to like, oh yeah, there's a little bit of a difference there. And we're really, and essentially they just said car design is dead. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think they're overreacting a little bit, but that's also the most popular segment. It's what people are buying right now. So yeah, there's supposed to be a lot of them, but it's nice to see something looking more like a sports sedan. So
Yeah.
And this kind of screams sports sedan. Reminds me a little bit of the old Maserati Biturbo.
Yep.
Car?
Yep.
A little bit, just years later in better shape than that, but it has that sort of that vibe going on. So it's pretty. I would definitely drive this. So
yeah, I think
I like
it
the
also,
headlights too.
yeah, I think it also has that rear end also has I think it's a Alfa Romeo 164, like one of the last sedans in the late 90s.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, it's it does also has this kind of odd 70s vibe going on.
Yeah.
As we've mentioned before, the Logan's Run Damnation Alley era of 70s sci-fi.
Maybe that's where BMW is going to take it. I think the only thing that people will really miss is the kidney-shaped grill, not the big droopy one that goes all the way down to the pavement and then some, that looks like a pair of big kidney-shaped teeth. Not attractive. I'm at a loss of what the current model is that has that, but it almost looks like an old.
Oh, it's like the I think it's the 4. I think it's the 4 series. So it's just
it looks like an old Bugatti is in my mind. Not that, but hey, I currently drive a little. I drive the BMW X1, which has a normal sized kidney shaped grill, and it's a terrific little car. So
a human sized grill.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, BMW really knows how to put together a car. I mean, if you say, oh, I don't want a BMW, maybe you're fibbing. They know what they're doing. It's good engineering. They're always highly rated for a very good reason. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but they know how to make a car. So it's engineered really well. I have one from the complete bargain basement of the company, and it's an exceptional vehicle. So it really is.
Yeah. So this also goes way back 20 years now. The BMW films with
Clive Owens,
all directed by different directors. They were like, there were 2 seasons, and the first ones were all different cars, and the second one was Z3s. And oh my God, some of those things, they're just incredible. There's the John Woo one with the kidnapping. Fun side note, one of the people who was on the creative team for the ad agency his name is Joe Sweet, and I went to high school with him, and he's a script writer for 2 of them. He died young. One of the films is dedicated to him, but my point that I'm getting to is that this is one of the first viral ad campaigns where it was solely internet focused, because these films lived only on the internet, and there was connective films. I don't know if anyone remembers this. There were these little films that were like even smaller, that kind of connected all the film, like and it was a phone number that you could call, and you'd get some message related to the. It was wild. I mean, it was way ahead of its time. And the Neue Klasse, did I get that right?
Neue.
Goes back to the first BMW 2002s.
Correct.
That's what they called them, that language then. And I think that car worked out good for him.
Yeah, I would say it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Widely regarded as a classic today. Yeah. So.
Yep.
So I guess it remains to be seen, but that's I like the size of this car too. I wouldn't mind seeing cars going back to, some smaller profiles. It always worries me because we had around about the change of the millennium, we suddenly got into the bigger the better with cars, and
right.
it got a little stupid. So
cars keep growing up.
sorry, Hummer, I'm looking at you, or what used to be you. So they're talking about bringing the Hummer back, and I'm like, no, it's excessive.
A 9,000-pound EV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Whatever, folks. All right. Anything else to say about new BMW design language?
No, TBD. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this.
Yep. And I'll
sure.
accompany you to the dealer when you trade in the X1. How's that?
Right. Okay. You've done it before.
Yeah. All right. That's it for this week. We will see you again around these parts.
Yes.
Glenn, thank you very much as always. It's a pleasure talking with you. And what people at home don't know is that you and I spent at least 20 minutes before we taped this one just talking about car stuff, because this is what we do. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.